Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. My good friend Treavor is in the brewing club with me here in Roanoke, Star City Brewers Guild. Made a trip up to Vermont about a week ago or so and visited some breweries up there, or some drop-off locations for some of these really small breweries that don't do tours, and they drop off their beers at certain locations on certain days, and everybody's according to what he said, everybody's standing in line waiting for these beers to be dropped off, and hopefully you're lucky enough to be far enough in the line to grab one. So some of these beers are really hard to get your hands on, especially up there for these smaller breweries and stuff. And he brought me back 5 different beers from up there, and they're all super fresh. One of them even got off the end of the bottling line. That's how fresh it is. So we're going to do a quick video here of those, and start off with the first one is Heady Topper. Guys, I reviewed this a year or two ago. One of my subs sent it to me. These are almost like a cult following beer. I mean, unless you're there when these come out and you get your hands on some of this stuff, they're almost impossible, or somebody can get their hands on them and sends you one or two or whatever. They're very, very hard to get their hands on one of these beers. So this is Heady Topper from the Alchemist Brewery in Vermont. This is an 8% beer. I absolutely loved it when I had it the last time. We're going to re-review this again. I know this is a very, very fresh can, because like I said, he was there and got it when it came out. So, matter of fact, all these beers are fresh. I mean, they're super fresh. Like I said, I think one of them even come off the bottling line. That's how fresh it was. So, first one is the Heady Topper. The second one here, this is Jack's Abbey. And it's got the date on it of 05/26/14. So only a couple weeks old here. This is their Mass Rising, which is a double IPL, an India Pale Lager. So that's the newest craze, guys. These guys are brewing these IPA style beers, and they're doing them with lager yeast, and they seem to be rather tasty. It's a different takeoff on the IPAs. So this is Jack's Abbey. I have done a couple other beers, haven't done this one, so looking forward to doing this one. Also from that brewery, this is Jack's Abbey. This is in the 500 milliliter bottle. You can see how much different size it is from the 12 ounce. This is their Numb Swagger, which is a black lager brewed with spice, and according to what he said, this has a little heat to it, so I don't know what kind of spice they've used, or if there's any kind of peppers involved. But this one, that one has a date on it, and this one does not. So, but I know this one's also fresh too. I don't know, sometimes the bottling lines, machines set up to date these little smaller bottles, but they can't date the bigger bottles because the machine is not set up for it. So this one doesn't actually have a date on it, but like I said, I know it's fresh, and he told me he hasn't even had this one yet. So I feel very privileged that he brought this one back for me. So we're gonna do this one for you too. I've not had either one of these from that brewery, so kind of hard to get your hands on those down here unless somebody up there wants to send you one. All right, instead of doing that, let's do this one. This one is Lawson's Finest Liquid, straight from the Green Mountains to your hand. This brewery is very small. They don't even want you. They don't do any tours. They don't sell any beers at the brewery. They have a drop-off location. They don't want you to know where they're at. I mean, kind of strange. Most breweries want to have that walk-in public, and these guys do not. They put out, I don't know how they put it out, as far as letting everybody know when it's going to be dropped off at the drop-off location, but he got there, and there were already people lined up to get this beer before it even showed up. He got there early, and there was still a line. So very hard to get your hands on beer unless you're there in the right place at the right time. So kind of a secretive brewery, if you will. So I don't think I've had anything from this brewery. This is Lawson's Finest Liquids, and they're way up there in Vermont. Very, very close to the Canadian border, so according to what he says, and I'm I've not had anything from these guys. Spring Fever delivers the flavor impact of an American IPA with the session ability and lower alcohol than light beer. Catch the fever before it's gone. This is a 3.8% alcohol. A very sessionable IPA. So hopefully it's going to have big flavor. This is very fresh. It is not dated. This company, he said there's one-man operation and he does it all. Does the brewing, does the bottling, does the sanitation, does that, wears all the hats. Sort of like I do at my local cabinet shop. Wear all the hats from the measuring and the designing and the construction and the spraying and staining and painting. Does it all, guys. So very small brewery. Felt very privileged and lucky that he was able to get one of these for me, and we're going to do that one. And finally, this one is from Hill Farmstead Brewery. This is a Rustic Farmhouse Saison, a 6%er, and this is in the great big 750 milliliter. And it's got a little information that I'll read when I do the review. But Treavor, these all look like great beers. I do appreciate it, sir, that you took the time on your little vacation to pick up these beers for me and bring them back to me. I do appreciate it, Treavor. Thank you, sir. We are going to get these into the fridge and get them chilled down pretty quick and do these in the next week or so, because I want to do these as fresh as possible. And especially this 3.8er. I know that low ABV beer, you're not wanting to sell her something that low, and being an IPA on top of that, that's double the reason you want to do this and drink this pretty fresh. So, and before I go, a quick note: all the openers are gone. Shipped out the last one, and I'm going to do a quick reorder before I go on my little trip, and hopefully everybody will be able to chance to get an opener that hadn't got one. If you have a specific color, or if you'd rather have a dragon instead of the Greg's Beer Review logo on it, give me some feedback on this, and once I post this video, I'll wait a day or two to get the comments back on this one, and we'll find out what everybody's wanting, and I'll try to order everybody that wants one, their color or their design. And see if we can get rid of some of those before I go on my big motorcycle trip. So, that being said, we're going to wrap this up and get these in the fridge. Speaking of the fridge, let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys.